Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. So we had a bit of a sell-off and then obviously a bit of a rally when the US opened as the world responded to the US sanctions on Russia. So and I got some comments yesterday that I wasn't paying attention to the news. Guys, I don't. I do listen to what's going on, but it doesn't impact my decision based on what I see on the charts. The reason being is the news has already worked into the chart. So you can see this was the invasion. So this is when Russia invaded. And in actual fact, if you just drill down to a daily, I'll get there now, but let's just look at the price action. But when you drill down to the daily, you'll see the smart money knew the invasion was happening before it was even happening. But right now, we have a trend line that we need to pay attention to. That's the trend line, and I will go as far as to say that is it there. We'll probably tie it up in the 3 hour, but it is first fractal, there's the second fractal, and then the next two fractals line up with that. So oscillators are grouped quite nicely for a bounce off the bottom here. V reversals are rare. We've only seen it once in the last couple of years. So for me at the moment, I think you probably find some kind of a bounce around here and then a move off this level. So let's just get to the 3 hour, and you can see the European move, and then we just waited for the US to open, and then when Biden started talking, that's basically what happened. And I think the Nasdaq had a 3% increase. So yeah, we had the 3% gain in the Nasdaq. I'm just trying to line this up with something that makes sense, because we're missing, there's the actual first two there. I just want to double check something here. So, you know, the first two fractals in the downtrend is the fractals you need to pay attention to, and we missed it. So it was a break all the way down to retest. So then we just line up to the next one. That's the next one there. Okay, but I would go as far as to say there it is there. That's kind of the trend line. Anyway, so at the moment, and I said to you yesterday, we were far away from the moving averages, not an area to be looking for shorts. And you can see the smart money knew exactly what was going to happen, and they were just waiting. And then as soon as they got what they were expecting, they traded the upside. So, you know, this is where the news traders are. That's exactly where the news traders are. And if you start moving down to the hour, you will see where were we? So you can see this was the early sell-off the day before. Okay, and that was where the smart money knew what was going on, and then, you know, confirmation happened kind of over here, and that's where we had the exhaustion bar at the end. And then the smart money got rid of their shorts, and now they knew what was the next step and what was going to happen. And you can see in this area here, people in the know started placing their bets, and obviously we rallied. Anyway, so, you know, news is always factored into the markets. For me at the moment, we have still that area there, which is area of interest, and then this one up here. So normally I'd be saying we're looking to short off 33.533 and 33.366, but I think at the moment, wait and see, rather wait and see, because it just depends how the world reacts to what Europe, and I think NATO is also going to start today. So there's a lot of sanctions. Nobody's actually going to invade Russia. So the one part of it is that there's potentially no World War III, and we're going to try and do this by crippling the Russian economy. So that's kind of where it is at the moment. So for me at the moment, it's really just sit tight and wait for what's going to happen. And there's nothing that you can do at the moment to try and second guess this. I'm over the shorts right now. So you know, if we start looking at the weekly, it's still a bit of a weekly bar, but again, you can see buyers coming in this space again. So the big question here is, you know, is this the area of value? And we do have a gap to the downside, and we do have another weekly level further down, which would make immense sense, and that's 31,300 or 31,292. So that would make sense. But if I'm looking at the oscillators at the moment, we are really starting to get to an area where I would be interested in starting to look for value. So yeah, that's kind of my view at the moment. 15-minute probably the way to go again. Although you wouldn't have got a chance to get this long on the 15-minute, but definitely you had the chance to get the day before to get the short. So at the moment, I think that looks like a bit of a flag forming. We're at a level here. We need to get above it, 33,129. Oscillators are starting to head to an area where we should be looking for buyers. So I think wait for Europe Open. You do have potential for a 15-minute type trade. Right now, if you look at that carefully, I'm just going to use this level here. That looks like a flag, or alternatively a flat top, flat bottom triangle, which basically means a break below that. We're going to move lower down. But in all of that, there's one more level. You probably find a move down to this area, 32,700 would be a fairly decent area to buy into. But I think with a moving average crossover and the 155, I'd be watching the 155 right now. If we can hold the 155, and there is another level right over there, it's a small one, but if we can hold the 155, then this very well could be a flag, and flag break to the upside is going to get us a second leg, something like that. Okay, so move on to here, and then buyers come in, and we start targeting 33,366. And then ultimately looking for 33,500 or 33,533. That's kind of my view here at the moment. As I said, I'm over the shorts right now. I think the world is really priced in the invasion. They are now looking to see how the rest of the world responds. And so far it's been favorable, so that's exactly what's going to happen. The next thing you need to bear in mind is obviously oil prices are going through the roof. So with oil prices going through the roof, it is going to impact the Fed's decision on rates hikes as well. So yeah, there's a lot of moving parts here. But try keep your bias to yourself, or keep your bias in check, should I rather say, and trade the structure that you see. Keep your position size small, and don't pay attention to the media just yet. Media will tend to blow things out of all proportion because they're looking for viewerships. So deal with the facts, and for me the facts are in the charts. This is what we're looking at. Anyway, that's enough for me. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Cheers for now.